They thought they could break her, but what happened next will shock you. What they didn't know, she had the proof they never saw coming. Now it's her turn to take back control, but will it cost her everything? They tried everything to break her, humiliate her, control her, push her to the edge, but what happened next will leave you speechless. They thought they had the upper hand, but Maya had been keeping a secret, one that would turn the tables for good. Now it was time for Maya to take her power back, but the shocking truth about her best friend's role in it all changed everything she thought she knew. But with one final, shocking decision, Maya will either tear everything down or risk losing herself in the process. Will she get her revenge or pay the price for it? Maya Pierce stared at the glass of her office window, her reflection merging with the gray Seattle skyline. Her life, once full of promise, had turned into a constant battle. They thought they could break me, Maya muttered to herself, barely holding it together. Her once promising career in marketing had hit rock bottom. Her personal life, even worse. Jared Williams, her ex, had made sure of that. They said I wouldn't make it, but they were wrong. She turned around to face the door, the weight of her decision pressing down on her. Her world was about to change. Maya had always been the person who pushed forward, who found solutions, but this time things were different. She was overworked, underpaid, and her ex was doing everything in his power to sabotage her professionally. She had worked late into the night to finish a presentation that could secure her promotion at her company. "I need this. This is my chance," Maya whispered. But when she arrived the next morning to present, the room was filled with sharp glares from Caleb, her boss, and a sneering Jared sitting in the back watching her every move. As Maya confidently began presenting, her heart sunk when the projector malfunctioned, displaying the wrong file. Jared's smug expression made it clear. This was no accident. But as Maya tried to recover, her laptop crashed, and Caleb made an offhand comment, "Maybe we should look at someone else for the promotion." They're trying to break me, Maya thought. She had spent weeks on this project, only to be humiliated in front of everyone. As she walked out of the meeting, a voice whispered in her ear, "You don't belong here, Maya. You'll never make it." She turned only to find Jared watching her, smug and confident. Maya's fists clenched as she walked out of the office, but something inside her started to shift. They hadn't broken her, not yet. At home, Maya's phone buzzed with a message from Holly. "You need to see this. It's about Caleb." Confused, Maya opened the link, only to find an article about her boss's past. Caleb had been involved in shady business deals and had a long history of sabotaging women in the workplace to take their positions. "He's been playing me the whole time," Maya whispered, her anger rising. But that wasn't the only shock. Holly's next message read, "I'm sorry, Maya. I didn't mean for you to find out this way, but I've been working with Caleb. I had no choice." Maya's world spun. Her best friend had been involved with the man who had been trying to tear her down. But this revelation wasn't just about betrayal. It was about a web of lies that went deeper than she could have imagined. With the truth in her hands, Maya knew she had to confront Caleb. But she wasn't going to let him off easy. She stormed into his office, determined to stand her ground. "Maya, you're upset. I understand," Caleb began, his voice dripping with false sympathy. "Don't play games with me, Caleb. I know what you've been doing." Caleb looked at her with a grin. "You'll never win this. You never had a chance." In that moment, Maya realized it wasn't just about the promotion. It was about the power he had over her and the others in the office. "I'm done playing your game, Caleb," she said, her voice steady, despite the storm brewing inside her. But just as she thought she had him cornered, Caleb's next words were a gut punch. "You really think I've been trying to break you? You've already broken yourself." Maya left the office, her mind racing. How could she have been so blind? But there was still one final piece to the puzzle. As she walked down the street, determined to put this all behind her, she was stopped by a familiar voice. It was Holly, standing at the corner. "I'm sorry, Maya. I know I messed up, but I have proof. Caleb has been stealing from the company. He's been using your ideas to climb up the corporate ladder." Maya froze. The game wasn't over yet. She had the proof. She had the power to take Caleb down and expose his lies. But would she risk it all? With everything on the line, Maya made a bold decision. She returned to the office, not to confront Caleb, but to take the power back for herself. As she walked into the meeting room, she handed her resignation to her boss, Caleb. "I'm done. I'm taking the life I deserve, and I'm doing it on my terms." The room was silent. Caleb stood frozen, unable to comprehend what had just happened. Maya's journey wasn't over, but this was the moment she'd reclaimed her strength. But before she left, she turned to him one last time. "You tried to break me, but you underestimated me." Maya walked out of the building, knowing that she had just made the first step towards something greater. The city was hers to conquer now, and with her newfound strength, she would never let anyone break her again. But as she stepped into the unknown, she couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. Would Caleb retaliate? Would Holly ever make things right? The answers to those questions were still a mystery. What would you do if you were Maya? Would you stand up and fight, or walk away? Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think Maya should have confronted Caleb or walked away? Vote now. If this story moved you, subscribe now and don't miss the next chapter of Maya's journey. You won't believe what happens next.